Hello everybody, thank you very much for joining me today for another Twilight Zone video in my Twilight Zone ranking series where I rank every episode of the original Twilight Zone from my least favorite to my favorite. Today I'm going to be talking about number 62 in Praise of Pip, written by Rod Serling and directed by Joseph M. Newman. This is a season 5 episode and as always there will be spoilers. So in Praise of Pip was the first episode that aired in season 5 on television, and I would say it got the season off to a strong start. This is one of the stronger premiere episodes of a season in my opinion. I would say In Praise of Pip is kind of a minor classic and a very touching story. Jack Klugman gives his fourth and final Twilight Zone performance as Max, and Billy Mooney gives his third and final Twilight Zone performance as young Pip, and both are really good as they always were in the Twilight Zone. So this one starts with a man named Pip, and he's wounded in Vietnam and not expected to survive, which is very important to the rest of our story. So then we go to the United States and we meet a man named Max, and he's a bookie, and we find out that Pip is his son. So Max tries to help out a young man who owes like $300 because he made a bad bet. He tries to get this young man out of it. So, of course, Max's boss notices the $300 discrepancy, but when Max finds out his son Pip is badly injured, he gives the young man $300 and tells him to run. Naturally, this doesn't sit well with his boss, and there's a fight between Max and his boss's henchman. Max is able to kill the other two men, but he gets badly injured in the process. So then we transition to the second half of the episode, which takes place at an amusement park. And I do have to say, while I really like this episode, this transition is a bit awkward. Both halves of the episode fit well thematically, but the bookie plot and amusement park plot are very different, and I don't know that they totally gel together, but I guess you just got to go with it, and it's fine. So at this point, we're at the amusement park, and Max sees his son Pip there, but Pip is only a 10-year-old child. So they spend some time together in the park, and I thought these were some genuinely good scenes, very well acted and directed, and there's a scene that really stands out in a house of mirrors, which is a little eerie, but also very kind of heartfelt and interesting. So at one point in the episode, Max prays for his son Pip to live, and Max gets his wish as Pip survives, but Max passes away instead. So we get one final scene where Pip goes back to the amusement park as an adult, and he reminisces for a few minutes and starts doing activities that he did together with his father, and eventually he says his dad was his best buddy. Now, if this sounds all very sentimental, it is, but the episode feels genuine to me. There's a sincerity that works here and keeps the episode from getting too sappy, in my opinion. Maybe I'm just getting more sentimental as I get older, but I was actually somewhat touched by the ending of this episode on my rewatch. So while not a perfect episode, I still think the two halves of the episode don't fit perfectly together. I think In Praise of Pip is a minor classic because it's a touching and heartfelt story that works. It's a kind of story that we really don't get that much on television anymore. Maybe we need more stories like this. So for those reasons, In Praise of Pip comes in at number 62. As always, feel free to let me know what you think of this episode if you liked it or not. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.